Well, I'm coming to you with a bit of breaking news, and yes, unfortunately, we are here talking about our 10th price change of 2023. Now, I thought for sure 2021 was going to be the year that was going to hold the record and keep the record at 12 price changes in 1 year. Well, we're here in May and we already have 10, so it's not very likely that that is going to be the record for much longer. So, here at price change number 10, there are three different models that are impacted, and of those three models, all trims are impacted. Real quick though, before we dive into that, as usual, I must ask, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel to grow, and hitting that thumbs up button also helps to expand the reach of this video. So before I dive right into the price changes, I do want to mention that for those of you in Canada, the long range Model 3 is now available for order up in Canada and comes in $10,000 more than the standard range and lands at $64,990. So for those of you in Canada that were somewhat missing out on the long range all-wheel drive Model 3, it is now available, so you should check that out. In addition to these price changes, we also had an update to the referral program. The new referral program has officially rolled out, and I have a very detailed video that I also made just a few hours ago from the time I'm filming this, and that will be linked right up here for you to see at your convenience. So basically, new referral program is out. You can now get referral points for referring cars at Tesla once again. Fortunately, this time around, the Model 3 is not impacted, and we've seen that price go down quite a bit. It did go up slightly just a week ago or so, but the Model 3 not impacted, no changes there. The Model Y, on the other hand, had an interesting $250 increase across the board. So the Model Y all-wheel drive now starts at $47,490, the long range at $50,490, and the performance at $54,490. I also want to point attention to the delivery timeline on the Model Y. It actually did update and it did change. You're now looking at June to July, no matter which trim you're looking at for the Model Y. Over on the Model 3, those all still show May, much like the Model Y did last month. So although this is a minor increase of $250, it does appear that lead times are extending on the Model Y once again. Interestingly enough, we've heard a lot of talk about demand issues for the Model S and the Model X. This has come from various different directions and various different data points being used to suggest that perhaps additional price cuts for the S and the X are imminent. Well, we saw the Model S and X get that slight increase, but also 3 years of free unlimited supercharging. So it's a little surprising to see tonight that we actually now have an increase, and it's actually a pretty sizable one. The Model S went up $1,000 across both trims. The long range now starts at $88,490. The Plaid starts at $108,490. And what's interesting is the lead time for both of these still say May, so there's still existing inventory out there that you can get of the Model S. Looking over at the Model X, it's the same story. $1,000 increase for both the long range and the Plaid. The long range Model X now starts at $98,490. The Plaid, $108,490. And again, May as a delivery for both of those trims. So no real lead time on the S or the X, which suggests the same story we've been hearing for some time about demand not being as strong as production. But we have a price increase. Now, there is something new here, and this could explain it. Our last price increase we had on the S and the X was followed by 3 years of unlimited supercharging. So they increased the price and then they gave you something in return. It seems like they're doing something here as well, because up here in the corner we can see a note annotated that says you can now get a special financing offer on the S and the X. They are offering a 3.99 for 72-month loan offer on both the Model S and the Model X. And to put that into perspective for you, if you were to order a base Model X, the value of that is somewhere in the ballpark of $150 a month. So $150 a month times 72 months, that's over $10,000. So this is not some small offer. A 3.99 offer on an auto loan right now That's a really good offer. So it's been a very interesting story so far this year. We're here in May, 5 months in, and we've seen prices go up a bit. We've seen them come down a lot, and we're starting to see them kind of trickle up a smidge. Nothing too intense, but there's a lot of questions about what happens next, and that's really what's hard to predict because we have imminent updates for both the 3 and the Y, and the Model S and the X have potential price drops coming if demand doesn't pick up for them. However, to see a price increase, it would suggest that maybe demand has gone up, or is it more to cover this additional incentive of 3.99% APR? My gut tells me it's an increase to front load and pay for that reduction in interest rate. I think that even if it does come with $1,000 increase, I think it's a brilliant move. 3.99% for $100,000. That is a huge benefit, and I'm sure that combined with unlimited supercharging miles for 3 years is probably going to get people pretty interested that are sitting on the sidelines. Now, of course, this all hinges on the economy not completely falling apart and $100,000 cars being zero demand, but that demand is still very tight right now. And until there's more certainty in the economy, I wouldn't expect to see much change for the S or the X. So when we combine these price changes and the interest rate offer for the S and the X, and the referral credits that are now available for all trims of all cars, it seems like Tesla's really starting to put together a package of how to generate demand. So there's been a lot of talk about Tesla needing to start advertising, and this has come from all different directions and all different opinions on the matter. As you know, Tesla does not pay for advertising. They never have, and it doesn't seem that they ever will. And this again is another tool that they're pulling the lever on to generate demand. In Tesla's view, this must be a better tool for them to pull to generate demand than advertising. So I think that this is probably a good move, and it certainly is a good move for existing customers. So those of you who have the opportunity to get some referral points here, there's a lot of really good things that you can purchase with those. Again, there is a video. I have that. It's right here. It's either posted right before this video or right after. All this stuff happened tonight, so this is all available for you to review right now. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, of course, subscribe to the channel as we continue to post content regularly. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram @BeardedTesla. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.